Hi, welcome to a brand new webisode. I feel like I need to do, or I should, do makeup or something before I film these. It's unbelievable. Or maybe it's just because I'm picking the worst time to go and film the webisodes. Usually it's midday and I'm really tired, which is exactly the position I'm in today. It's about 3:35. I'm at home. It's Monday, Labor Day. Went down and worked out with Danny at Evolution Fitness today. Brought the whole family along with me. Completely self-serving, by the way. I only did it, because my boys wanted to come see me work out. And I wanted them to see that, Daddy does actually move and doesn't just sit on the couch all day long. And then I wanted Melinda to see that at least she can visually see that I actually am working out really hard. In the process of the whole thing, though, my massive calves, I have huge, gigantic calves, I pulled my right one, so that hurts a lot. So I had a nap, and I'm tired, and I decided, hey, what a perfect time when I'm tired to go and film a webisode, and the bags under my eyes are blacker than they normally are. So we're heading into the new work week. Of course, I had today off, which was nice. Looking forward to getting back on the show, though. It's one thing when you like what you do, you miss doing it. Although I'll tell you this much: if NASCAR keeps having rainouts like they had on Sunday night, and they couldn't run the race today in Atlanta because there was more rain, it's going to run tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If they keep having these rainouts with the races being run during my show, I'm going to have to move to afternoons. I'll do James T. Harris's show when he shows up. He can do mine. No, just kidding. Not that important. So I wanted to put a period on the Gabrielle Giffords gun controversy and perhaps come at this from another angle. Sort of as a conclusion, starting at the end and working back towards the beginning. One thing about this that I always expected was going to happen, and it has, is that it would explode, it would be a controversy, it would die back down, and everybody will have forgotten about it. I have a couple of stories from over the weekend I'm going to do on Tuesday's show. One of them is an our view, and one of them is just sort of another synopsis of what happened. But a couple of different things that I found interesting. I've actually read some editorials from some bloggers locally who admit that the Democrats in town faked the outrage, which is what I said all along. Then they tried to apply that same argument to the Republicans over Fast and Furious. And it was as if they were attempting to try to say, well, look, I'm going to make fun of Democrats, but I got to make sure I make fun of Republicans too when we're talking about two separate issues. The Democrats did fake the outrage locally. Sure, some people are going to be sensitive, but most of these individuals who are sensitive about the issue of the Glock being raffled off by the GOP don't already like the GOP, and they don't already like guns, so it really doesn't matter. It's not like you change their opinion. Those types of people are already offended by what Republicans do. As far as the GOP doing this, I still fully stand behind them doing it. I'm one of those individuals that says, look, let other people deal with their own personal responsibility. If they are so sensitive or they're going to get offended, there's nothing you can do about this. Is this an okay thing to do? Is it right? Is there anything wrong with it? Now people are crying it's insensitive and the community's still healing, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. People can go and have their opinions in regards to that. Doesn't mean that I have to agree with them. And I still go back to, look, if it's insensitive to you, then it's insensitive to you. Then you deal with that insensitivity and we move on. The part of this that I wanted to bring into the mix was this. The good that came out of this, I think, was that it did get people fired up. If there had been no raffle for the gun, there wouldn't be the amount of attention to the GOP, and I think it's mostly been positive. The people that might be frustrated at the GOP who are members of the GOP aren't leaving and going anywhere, and it's not like they're going to work any less hard for the GOP. At the same time, you've got other individuals who went and either switched their voter registration, which happened, a few of them did, everybody counts, right? Or donated time and money. Most important aspect of this is the money. If it hadn't been for the controversy, they would have never have sold. At least as far as I've been told, they wouldn't have sold all the raffle tickets, let alone be able to sell the second set of raffle tickets for the second gun, and they were able to bring in a whole bunch of money. Here's the sad part, though, and this is the one part of this whole thing that bums me out a little bit. It's that it takes controversy and, to a level, stunting, even though that wasn't the intention. Once the controversy developed, you kind of have to roll into it as kind of a stunt. It took that to get people energized to donate money. And that's the part that bums me out. I wish we didn't have to do that. But it's part of playing the game. Is that sometimes you've got to scream loud to get people's attention. And to get people involved and to get people fired up. I don't think that was the intention of the GOP initially. They just wanted to raffle off a gun they had left over from last year. But once it started to brew, they were absolutely smart and right to go and take advantage of it and bring in as much money as they possibly could, because we need money here. There are several editorials about the mayor's race, articles from over the weekend, still no talk of the city council races. I wish that it wasn't the case that people had to get fired up over controversy, but it is. And I think we have to constantly work at getting people fired up without that kind of controversy. We've got opportunities here. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the controversy of this gun raffle has died off, just like I knew it was going to. The people that are upset about it, that are part of the GOP, I'm sure are getting over it. And like I said, they're still going to continue to support. Those that are angry on the left, we're going to support the GOP anyhow. At the end of the day, the GOP ends up with more money, more people paying attention to what's going on, and overall, that's a good thing. Feelings were hurt. That's it. And they're just feelings. Really. I mean, let's think about it. What's the biggest thing that happened in this whole event and the most damage that was done? The most damage that was done in this entire controversy? Some feelings got hurt. And some people wrote some really trite dribble on the internet that I won't get into right now. Anyways, couldn't let that go. Thanks for watching. Glad to be back on the air, even though the race will be running starting at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. I promise to give you my undivided attention, if only because the race won't be over by the time the show's over, so I'll be able to at least watch the end of it inside the studio on the television monitor. All right, I think my 4-year-old's trying to get into my office, and we're heading over to the in-laws to hang out for a while. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the show. And, bye.